if you want to win in these times, you gotta put your pants on and you gotta be tough, okay? Because people that are weak, nobody cares about your stories, your complaints, your gossip, your drama. Stop wasting time. Imagine if you put that much energy into actually producing, working, executing, learning, getting better, helping people. You would make money. And then guess what? Money doesn't fix everything, but it fixes 99.9% of the things. Hey guys, welcome to Driven Channel, and we're here again for Driven Couples, talking about bad times. Like, how do you deal with bad times? Like, I think these are great times. I don't think they're bad times, but some people are going through bad times because I think they're spending more time whining and complaining than actually working and depositing checks in the bank. So people that are depositing checks in the bank don't really complain or whine. It happens the other way.
Well, bad times or
like, what do
good times, it depends
what do you
on the
think?
person.
So do you think it's bad times or do you think it's good times? Do you think it's so times? Like, how do you feel about the times right now? And then we're
in
going to give
general
people some
or
tips.
in real estate and mortgage?
In real estate and mortgage.
So market shifts are always, something that's going to happen, whether it's for the good, it's for the bad. When something is great, it can't just keep going forever. So there's definitely, we were all ready for a correction. Nobody knew to what extent the correction would be, but mindset is everything. So if you stay positive, whatever your thoughts are consumed by is really what you're going to attract. And things happen to all of us. We all have personal lives, business life and then your personal life. So it's important to know how to balance the two, separate them, and not really let one affect the other. And I feel like that's the biggest problem in the world, really, is people letting one affect the other, because it is hard. It is hard to detach and separate them. But if you work on mindset and you're present to the fact that, one is affecting the other, because again, bad things happen all day, every day, 24/7 in the world. And our bad compared to somebody else's bad could be great, right? Depending on what the issue is. But there's definitely a correction. And in bad times, rich people get richer and poor people get poorer. So you got to make sure that in good times, you're positioning yourself to be good in the bad times or the correction times or whatever people want to call it. So I just think it's an adjustment.
Do you guys watching this? Do you guys think I look better like standing straight like that or laying back? Laying back? Yeah. Cool. So for me, it's priorities and distractions. Like, that's the biggest takeaway I want you to take.
Uncross your arms at least.
Drop my arms at least.
Yeah. So, like you're closed off as shit, man.
You got it. So priorities. Thank you for that tip. Priorities and distractions. I feel like a lot of people right now are very distracted in the wrong things. And that happens when you have no business. Like, when you have no business, when you're not making the income, and when you're focused on the wrong things, like meaning you're focused on the gossip, you're focused on what everybody else is doing, you're focused on what's going on in the market, you're focused on personal problems. Look, let me bring some reality to your life. Everybody has personal problems. Like, if you have personal problems, you can imagine the personal problems I have, Syl has, Bobby Castro has. Everyone has personal problems. I have
Kanye.
A lot of personal, even Kanye West has personal problems. We all have personal problems, but you can't let that affect your work. When you let that affect your work, like, that's like little baby shit. Like, everybody has problems. So stop focusing on your personal problems, because nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about your personal problems. I got personal problems. You know who has a real problem? Somebody that just lost their kid, right? There's people that I know that just lost a life. They lost a kid.
That's so sad.
that was in early 20s, all right? Early 20s, bright future, future professional soccer player and going good and doing really good and every life seemed perfect. Guy seemed super healthy. Guess what? Just passed away. I just found out from a past client. All right.
So sad.
Look, that's a problem when you don't have life anymore. So stop being a little bitch if you're watching this and fucking put your pants on and stop whining and complaining because you can't deposit that in the bank. So get over it. And if you're hanging around people like that, get rid of them because those people do nothing good for your life. All right. So having said that, distractions, gossip, drama, that's not for you. So eliminate anybody that's doing that and focus with people that have good energy, that have good, go in a better environment. If you're not in a good environment, change to a better environment. Like you should have seen yesterday, Syl, like the environment here was like,
I saw it. I was here.
It's like Disneyland in the mortgage and real estate space. If you guys ever been to Disneyland when you were a kid, and some grown-ups still like Disneyland, like Brad Lee, even though he says he doesn't like it, I feel like he has a secret love for Disneyland because he always wants to go to Disneyland, and he's in love with Disneyland. So if you're watching this, Brad, you love Disneyland. Don't say you don't. So whether if you don't like Disneyland now because you grew up, then maybe when you were a little kid, you love Disneyland. So think about mortgage and real estate. We are the Disneyland of mortgage and real estate. People here have so much fun, nothing but good vibes. Strong culture, key. Because you know what? Strong culture, if you want to grow a business, if you want to start a business and you want to grow it and scale it, and you want to last for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, then focus on culture. What is culture? Strong culture weeds out the weaklings. Okay, that's my quote. I made that. Strong culture weeds out the weaklings. Why? Because the weaklings, they can't stand number one. They can't stand number two. They can't stand number three. All they do is talk shit about number one, number two, number three because they wish they were them. Strong culture. When people have a good time, they're happy and they're partying and they're celebrating. Weaklings can't handle that because they don't get to do that. And they want to do that so bad, but they don't earn it. They don't deserve it. So strong culture is key to any business. And we could go on with culture and break it down. That should be another episode. Maybe the next episode could be about culture because there's a lot to culture than competition. Okay, competition is part of our culture. You want to have a competitive culture, and weaklings can't compete. Weaklings are like, hi, honey, thank you for coming to work today. You deserve a pat on the back. It's okay that you were 40 minutes late. It's okay to be average. It's okay. Just as long as we're happy, everything is going to be fine. Nothing's going to be fine if you're happy. You got to go out there and work and crush it and be tough. Like Tim Grover says, he calls a lot of people little bitches, and he says, toughen up, stop being a little bitch, and get to work. Nobody asked Jordan how he felt.
Well, that's because he's worked with a lot of very, very powerful people that are super, super successful in the just basketball, all types of athletes. You know what Kobe
started doing?
What?
He stopped talking to his own teammates.
I know.
So he told a few teammates, you're on this team. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not talking to you. I'm not looking at you. I don't want to have a conversation with you. I ain't even looking at you. And that's what he did. He never acknowledged whenever they put those players inside, he would play 4 against 5 because he wouldn't count his fifth player. His own player, he would not look at the player. He would not pass him the ball, nothing, not even look at him. So he was playing 4 against 5 because he didn't count that person. So that's what you got to do with weak people, especially today. Look, if you want to dominate
y'all know why he did that? Y'all know why, the reason he did that.
Why?
Here, let him say it. Let him say it.
Energy goes where focus goes. And at some point in life, after you've been an entrepreneur or an athlete at a professional level, the direct amount of intent and mental clarity on a driven subject, i.e. basketball, fucking mortgage, granola, yoga, I don't care what it is, if it's directed and it can hold steady without, oh, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh, yeah, what'd you do last night? Oh, here's a 3-pointer. Like, that's why. That's why, because the distractions. So Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, they talk about the distractions. As soon as you pick the idea, okay, we're going to run this play, we're going to go, I'm going to set this up. Now everybody's got their opinions on how the play should run and blah, blah, blah. So he knew. He knew to stay 0 point. Stay 0 point of the focus. Love you. Hey, Albert, I got to send y'all some granola for Manners Temptations. Brad loves that shit, but I love you guys too.
Hey, brother, thank you, man. That's one of my guys, man. That's one of my guys. You would definitely thrive in this environment. Like, you got to do that. So I agree 100% with my guy here, Joe Nicholas. Send me those granolas, and I'll tag you on them. So, guys, look. If you want to win in these times, you gotta put your pants on and you gotta be tough, okay? Because people that are weak, nobody cares about your stories, your complaints, your gossip, your drama. Stop wasting time. Imagine if you put that much energy into actually producing, working, executing, learning, getting better, helping people. You would make money. And then guess what? Money doesn't fix everything, but it fixes 99.9% of the things.
99%.
99.9.
Well, I saw that in Vanilla Sky. It's a movie that I love. I used to love watching when I was a lot younger. I was like 18, 19, 20 maybe. And I saw it on repeat so many times. And I saw it like 2 weeks ago. And something totally different caught my attention. And it was a question where Tom Cruise is saying, my father wrote about this in his book. And he wrote, what is the answer to 99% of questions? And the answer was
money,
which is crazy. Obviously you can't fix dying, but you can buy better health care. You can buy so many things, you can help so many people when you actually have money. But I thought it was interesting because I had never heard that before in the movie. And this time it stood out. I even had to go back and record it, and I'm like, it makes so much sense. The movie's really good, by the way. If you guys haven't seen it, it's an amazing movie. I love it. I love Tom Cruise.
And something very important. Focus on what you can control, not on what you can't control.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't control people's production. You can't control people leaving your life, your business. Look, we could control if we give a lot of love to our people. If we take our people on a private jet, we could control that. If we give our people crazy experiences that they probably would never do in their lifetime, we could or never will do in their lifetime. You could control if you want to take your people to a fancy restaurant and get them the best dinner and the best bottle of whatever. You could control that. You could control how much value and information you give these people, how much time you spend with them, of your valuable time, because time is more important than anything. Time is more important than money. Rich people buy time. Broke people waste time. Gossiping is wasting time. Complaining is wasting time. Drama is wasting time. So you can control if you treat your people very well. Take them to the Virgin Islands. Pay for their best hotel, 5-star. Get them a badass room. Treat them with royal treatment. You could control that, but you can't control ungrateful people. But guess what? For every ungrateful person, you're gonna have 9 grateful ones. So focus on those 9. And ignore the one. So, look, people sometimes wonder, why am I failing in life? Why is my life so hard right now? It's because you fucked up all your relationships. You had a relationship right in front of you and you fucked it up. You burned your bridge. You, what do they call that? When the hand that feeds you, you bit it. So you bit the hand that fed you. And now guess what? You're wondering, why are they not feeding me anymore? Because you bit that hand. You should be grateful. That's why I have the best of the best relationships. Brad Lee, we were talking about him earlier.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, hey, on those lines, because I was with Bradley for a while, and I heard you guys talk about this before. Now, I have this weird dilemma or dichotomy because I'm with my wife right now. We're doing the granola thing. We're about to go to a Del Taco Health Classic, and we're in a rush, but I had to get you on. Now, here's what I was wondering. On those lines, okay? Let's say I'm with you. I'm killing it in mortgage. You taught me everything I need to know. Bang, bang, bang. But then let's say I want to go and make my dreams with my wife come true with this business or that business or something else. Would you consider that unloyal, or would you consider that me taking the bull by the horns and being my own man instead of like helping you get better?
I would consider you being the bull, and I would be happy for you, and I would be excited for you.
Well, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and most people go the wrong way because they're little punks. And remember, if you just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go do this."
Well, I'm not talking like backbiting or like
Okay.
like you know what I mean. I'm not trying to get one over on Brad or you or anything like that's nonsense. But you're not y'all gonna help me with the granola business unless I make it. Unless I make it Whole Food style, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that's totally fair. It's your life.
Yeah, but I would be totally happy for you. Yeah. Like we've had so many people that that we've helped, and they've opened their own business, they've done other things, and we wish them the best. Like it's I'm just talking about ungrateful person. That's not being ungrateful. That's not being unloyal. Like that's being you're going after your dreams. Not chasing your dreams, because chasing your dreams, you already lost. You don't chase shit. You go and you fucking get shit. So like chasing is, you're already behind. But dude, happy for you. And I would be happy for you if you did that. Sounds good?
Yo, you're the man, bro. I appreciate you guys.
Granola, yeah.
Awesome. So,
like granola.
So if you guys have any questions, do me a favor. Comment and comment that you have your question. That way Steph can put you in line. And that way we could get to the questions in about 5 more minutes. So I was talking about the focus on what you could control and stop focusing on what you can control. So for us, we could control what we do, and we could control continuing to give. And because we've been giving, and we've gone through thousands of people, we have a lot of quality people now that are winning and people that are taking over. There's people right now that are doing better than last year. We have a lot of people that are doing better than last year, and that's what's allowing us to thrive. And also, don't burn your bridges, because, look, yesterday I had a phone call with Bobby. Then I spoke to Eric, his brother, Eric Castro. Then Marcos, some other guy that I met through Bobby, and we're doing business together, and they're helping us with a lot of things. So, look, when you have powerful relationships and resources, you could reach out to like an Oscar de la Hoya and be like, "Hey, Oscar, you wanna help me? You wanna be part of TMG?" And it becomes very easy to raise a lot of money. And I'm not talking about hundreds of thousands. I'm talking about multiple millions of dollars to grow your business. So relationships are very important. Do not burn them. And remember, be grateful. Don't forget where you came from. And remember, you will become like the people you are around. So there's a lot of people that right now are not doing too well. So maybe you're hanging around with people that are not doing well. Yeah. Start hanging around with the lion so that you become a lion.
Yeah, agreed. Everybody has the same opportunities as far as where you choose to be, who you decide to be around, and how hard you're going to work, basically. Because here in our company, for example, my tongue is numb from all the ice I'm eating. We have so many people that are really, really top producers. And for example, what you did when you started in the industry, he was asking questions, going around to all the top producers saying, "Hey, how did you do it? How did you do this? How did you do that? How do I do this? How do I do that?" Right? Because it's impossible to come into an industry and expect that you're going to know everything, because as you go through transactions, you're going to learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. And experience is the way to learn, basically. Once you know the basics, you actually have to go and practice to get the knowledge. And there's no way of knowing everything all up front. It's just impossible. So everybody has the opportunity to be a badass. You just got to show up. Do the easy part. Showing up is the easy part. And then opportunities might just knock on your door. Like people that are sitting here getting new lenders, new realtors, deals, you know, because I'm like, hey, can you help me with this deal? Things like that. So if you can show up, you're that much closer to actually, you know, having success and being around people that are successful.
Also, priorities are they're key. So make sure you know your priorities, because a lot of people have the priorities mixed up. Like, for example, Syl, can you comment on the few priorities that you have
In the morning?
in the day?
Well,
What are
work,
things? What are things that you don't miss, that you do no matter what?
well,
Non-negotiables, and what are the priorities of those? And what priority do you attack them?
so daily priorities are different than weekly, monthly, yearly priorities. But for me, one of my big ones that I try to do even still is work out. See, like today, I'm like, no, I'm just going to shower. I woke up a little late. I don't know how that happened, but working out.
I turn off your alarm.
He turned off my alarm. Working out would be one of them. Those are like my veggies of work.
You still work out even though you're pregnant?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I? I don't want to be fat, pregnant.
Why do a lot of girls, they just let go of themselves?
You know what I think it is? Because every pregnancy is different. And I feel like some people use pregnancy as an excuse to kind of sit around and eat whatever you want.
But some women say that it's okay to like let go and just enjoy.
Well,
pregnancy.
you know what? I don't think so, because if you let go, it's gonna be that much harder once you're done being pregnant to
Is that why
snap back.
some women, like, they get pregnant and then they just get permanently fat? They never bounce back to their body prior to a baby?
I just think it's harder if you let yourself go. How much harder is it to start again? Even if I work out 4 times a week, let's just say.
Because my dad always told me that whenever I have kids, I was gonna get fat.
You?
And I told him, no, I'm not.
You.
Yeah. My dad, because I was always like flexing my muscles and my 6-pack. And he would always tell me, wait till you have kids, Alberto, wait till you have kids.
That's probably his experience.
And I told him, like, dude, when I have 3 kids, I'm going to have a 6-pack. And I mean, you guys saw my pictures that I posted a month ago, and I did have a 6-pack. So, and I'm 3 kids in. So my dad was wrong on that. So he said, whenever you have kids, you're going to gain weight. And whenever you get older, I'm going to be 40 next year.
I know.
And I'm in better shape than a lot of 20-year-olds.
Well,
most 20-year-olds.
Based on his experience. And again, this is why the source of your advice is so important. You don't want to learn how to get in shape by someone that's not in shape. You don't want to learn from people's experiences that you don't want to be
So that's what a priority is working out.
Working out is a priority.
But then you're not going to get in shape if you don't eat right. If you work out and you don't eat right, you're still going to be fat.
I mean, yeah, a little less fat, but yeah.
No, if you don't eat right and you work out, you'll still be fat.
Yeah, well, we eat healthy majority of the time. What else are priorities?
Self-improvement.
Self-improvement is a priority, and also work is a priority.
Imagine if people eliminated all the drama and gossip and actually read a book.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Actually went to work and hit the fields, made some phone calls. Because, like, yeah. Let's take that question, Steph, before I go on another rant.
Oh, okay. So listen, I want to be real. I got to be real with you guys, and I got to ask, because I'm in the same boat and probably the same age bracket as you guys. Wife and I, 15 years and counting, married at 4. Now I got to ask per week, how often do you get it on? And how often is it planned or just spontaneous? And how important is that you guys consummate passionately?
Babe.
Once a day, and it's spontaneous. I like spontaneous things.
It's not once a day lately, because I'm like, leave me alone. I'm
For
super
real?
tired. Not lately, because I'm super pregnant, but regular, yes. Once a day. Why are we talking about sex?
Yeah, because they had a sex
Because
question.
it's an energy that is going to make all of us men build empires for all of you women that we love. And it's real.
Yeah, so
It's real. Okay, now, what about...
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Embarrassing. Make me blush.
Oh, no. The next one was sleep. How much sleep do you guys really get?
He way less than me. Me, I need at least 7 to 8 hours, at least.
She needs 8. I need 6.
Okay.
Awesome. So,
Okay. Good. I'm new in the marriage entrepreneur build business with my wife world. And let me tell you, man, coming from the Marine Corps, in the way that I am in the military style of thinking, and my wife being an artist, a real one, like she's a real actual, stays up till 4 a.m. painting all kinds of mandalas and stuff. And I'm like, how do you not sleep? It drives me insane. So,
I love
you guys. I appreciate it.
awesome, brother. All right, we're going to get to that following question, Steph.
Perfect. First question is from Jose Luis Farias.
Thank you.
Jose Luis,
Yes, hello.
how are
Can you hear me?
you? Yes.
I'm good. I've been waiting for this opportunity, to speak to someone that understands what all of us are going through,
Yeah.
So I recently, my life changed. I just had a baby, so it just completely changed.
Oh, how old is the baby?
A month and 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been listening to motivated speakers for the last 5 years. I barely put myself in investing in myself. You have to pay to get to certain places.
Of course.
I was listening to some of the trainings of Albert, and he has a lot of common sense. What he says, and I didn't even know that this Zoom meeting or this was gonna take place. I just saw the link and that's why we're here. But my question is like, what do we do? Because I don't want to burn bridges. I'm fairly young. I'm learning. I don't know this stuff. I don't want to burn bridges, but there are people that take advantage of my good deeds. I do good for them, but they take advantage of it. What do you do there?
So, and when you say, is this at work? Is this in general? Is this friends, family? What is it?
This is work.
Work.
How old are you, by the way? And you said you came to some of my trainings. Which trainings?
No. I listened to your trainings on Drive.
Driven Academy.
Is it Drive? Yes, Driven Academy.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 23.
23. So, what is your job exactly?
My job consists. Well, I started janitorial. I was a janitor, and then I stepped up to a CNA, CHHA. I work in the healthcare field. Recently, I'm stepping up to business marketing for healthcare. So I do go around and speak to people of the community, boarding cares, clinics, doctors, workers in general. I did have to cut some of my work because once again, if you never get out of your comfort zone, but you're not going to do nothing,
Of course.
But that's causing me like burning bridges and causing me like leaving certain people. And, not everyone's going to agree to that. Like, not everyone's going to like that.
So the thing is that we all know right from wrong, right? You know who helped you, who didn't help you, and when you say taking advantage of me at work, I mean, I would need to know more what that looks like. If you mean like your colleagues, like you take this shift, like I don't know exactly what that consists of. But remember, when you're employed by a company, there are things that a company needs, right? And then there's your job description. And then there's things that sometimes you have to jump in and do something. But when you're happy where you work, when you're happy and you like the people that you work with, you're going to want to help. Now, if people are asking you to do unethical things, that's a completely different story, because you should never compromise your principles or your values for anybody or anything or what you believe in, right? And I would sit down and have that conversation, because the main problem with problems is that most people aren't willing to sit down and like lay it all out, right? Because we always look for somebody else to blame, but have you looked at yourself? Like, am I doing my best? Am I really giving it my all? Am I really happy here? Because like I tell people, if you're not happy, move. What does Jim Rohn say? You're not a tree, like move, go somewhere else if you're not happy, right? Because not everybody's for everybody, and not, for example, winning environments, I mean, they're challenging. Most people are just used to being average. So when they're pushed to their limits,
Right.
Some people can't adapt to it, some people don't like it, some people aren't okay with it, but that's just what it takes to be a badass. You have to be different than everybody
Right.
else, not like everybody else, right? So you just have to really
Exactly.
know right from wrong, what is right, what is wrong. And as long as nobody's asking you to like work for free or something, I don't know what, you know.
That's what it kind of is coming down to, because let's be realistic. Like, Luis, I'm gonna contract you to work like this, but at the end of the day, when I'm gonna receive my payment, they find an excuse to not pay me in full, or they go look for information that is not even accurate, so they don't have to pay me. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I've known you for 3 years, and I already know what kind of person you are. It's time for me to leave, because you help me, but you really not want to help me
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. See, that's
especially
different.
this,
That's different.
especially in the situation I'm in. You know, like, this is the time to help me, but you're literally taking advantage of me, because everyone needs an extra push when things get hard, and I think you guys would understand that. You know.
So can you charge up front for your services
You know,
and then do
how
a
I said,
really good job?
I'm learning, and some of these individuals, they're much older than me. You know, they know things that I don't know. So I am learning from these mistakes. But once again, you know, I'm already familiar with what person they are. So I already told myself, like, that's
then
it. You already
don't work with them.
So, Jose Luis, let's process your business issue right now. So tell me what type of business is it? What industry is it?
This was just like where I started off to just, that's where I grew from. I was a janitor there, you know. I was given the opportunity, but then they asked for side work, which I can do it. But then when it came down to getting me paid or valuing my work, like, it was becoming an issue.
So you were originally hired to be a janitor, but now they're giving you other duties.
Correct.
And how many hours are you working a day?
It varied. Oh, you mean in general? Like, in my life,
are you working like 40 hours a week, or are you working a lot of overtime, not getting paid for it, or like how many hours are you required to work?
Requirement, it was punched in, you know, but I'm talking about like side jobs, you know, when you do side jobs.
So the side jobs that you do,
Charge in advance.
what kind of side jobs are they, for example, and how much do you feel like you should be compensated for those side jobs?
So I was taught, when you're starting off, to do an hourly rate, you know, because it might take you longer. You don't know what you're doing 100% because you're starting off. So I was charging what was respectable, you know, like, not gonna mind blow you. And they agreed. But then, since nothing was literally written down and everything was verbal, well, later on, I didn't have nothing to prove with it, you know. But you see, I already knew this person. I didn't think that it would have to go down that route. So what I coming back to, those are burning bridges, because they're gonna not talk positive about me, you know. Which work speaks different of your actions speak different than what people can say about you.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, if you feel like you could probably do these jobs on your own and charge, and you're gonna make more money, and if you're not happy where you're at, and you could make more money doing it yourself, if you leave in good terms, I don't see where the problem is. Like, you could go on and do those jobs if you know how to do those jobs, and if that's what you want to do. Now, as long as you leave in good terms, you're gonna be fine. If you don't leave in good terms, like if you backstab them or they backstab you, that's different.
Right.
But if
some dirty stuff,
yeah, but if you go on your own, you're gonna be fine. Now, let me give you a huge warning though. A lot of people think that, hey, you know what, I can do this on my own. You also have to consider, wait, are they providing me these jobs? Do they have the book of business? Do they have the clients? And are they saying like, hey, Jose, here you go. Here's work. It's our clients though, but here's the work for you. Because if they are providing the work, then it's their clients. But if you are bringing in the business and you are doing it, it's different, because you are bringing in business to that business. And so if you feel like you could start your own business, go on your own. make money. As long as you leave in good terms, it's fine. Now, the huge warning is a lot of people think, hey, you know what? I'll do it on my own and I'm going to make more money because I'm going to keep more money. The answer and the reality to that is no, you're going to keep less money and you're going to work double as hard because now you have expenses. Now you got to pay taxes. Now you have to meet compliance issues. Now you could get lawsuits. Now I could go on and on and on and on, because when you start a business, there's a lot more things that now depend on you, and you have a huge responsibility, and it's something that only people that want to deal with nightmares. You want to sleep less. You want to have a lot of stress. You want to have pain in your heart.
It's not for everyone.
Sometimes, like, some people can't deal with all that. But if you're willing to do that, then you could scale any business you decide to open, and you could end up like Albert and Syl, like Grant Cardone and Elena, like Bobby Castro and Sophia, and many, many, many more. But it is going to take a long time. It is going to be painful, and you're going to learn a lot. But it's not for everybody. But if you're not happy where you are, you're 20, 22, 23 years old, go for it. Go for it. But also just know that, hey, you know what? I'm going to have to learn a lot more. I am going to slam my face on the floor and get hit hard. So it's up to you. Does that make any sense?
Yes, Albert, you really answered a lot of questions, what you were saying. I can see now clearly what's going on in that part. But I can tell you, I did leave in good terms. Everything's fine.
Cool.
But how I said, you did answer a lot of other questions I had.
Awesome.
So I'm happy with that.
Thank you.
Awesome, brother. Well, reach out to me, send me a DM, reach out to Steph. If I can help, if you give me more details on your business, I'll be glad to help. Just reach out to Steph. And then we have one more question here.
Next question is from
Sabino.
Hey, Albert. Hey, Syl.
Hi. How are you?
Guys doing good?
Yeah,
doing great.
Good?
Eating my healthy chicken with vegetables.
Gross.
I see that. I'm actually here in my office right now with my wife. We're learning a ton from you guys. We actually just had lunch too, so we're lunching and taking notes from you guys. So we're excited about learning from you guys as well. But I had a quick question for you guys. We actually run a business in financial services. And my question was regarding your environment. That's a big deal for us in our office. So I had a question. I also typed in the chat, which was, what is something that you guys, if you could go back, what is something that you guys could have changed sooner in your environment as far as creating a winning environment? What is something that you could have maybe changed sooner or done differently as you guys were building your business?
I have a perfect answer for that. But hey, guys, if you're watching on Instagram, text that number for the link to get on the private Zoom. That way you can ask questions there. Text it. We're going to save it. The number's right there. Text it, and you'll get on the link to the private Zoom, and then you could ask us questions live. So I'll see you later, Instagram. So I'll start off by saying that, look, when we started, what I would have done was the biggest thing was letting go of people sooner than later. Like, we had an amazing assistant that we hired. Okay? And she was not perfect. She was not bad. I'm not going to say she was great, but she helped us get to a certain level in our business, But sometimes you hold on to each other. And I'm not saying that we were dragging her or she was dragging us or whatever. I'm just saying that sometimes to get to another stage, you require different people. And it's okay to let go of people sooner than later. So, hey, you know what? I think you're better off going there, doing your own thing. Good. I think you're better off in another company. Instead of trying to make things work for so long, and you go year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and then things are not going to improve. And all that's happening is it's holding down your business, and you're also holding down another person when they could just go somewhere else, be happy, and do their thing. And then you could continue to grow your business. Yeah. So there's nothing but love I have for people that have left the company. Of course, some people have backstabbed us, and I still don't wish them anything bad. I wish them the best. I know they're watching this, and I really, truly wish you the best. Yeah. I wish you the best. And we're here. We're always going to be here. We're always going to do good. if you ever need help, you know where to reach out. But sometimes it's important to move on and let other people go their separate route, and you focus on getting new people, because out of the 10 people that we started with, none of them are here. And now we have hundreds of people in the company. We're going to get to 1,000 people that are part of our company very, very soon. We're very, very close. So don't be attached to the people that help you start your business to keep them forever. Sometimes they are good for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but then you need new faces. So for me, that was my biggest the biggest thing I learned in business, because we started 7 businesses from scratch, and we have a lot of experience and we've dealt with so much. So that would be mine. So what would be yours?
I would say Anthony out.
You still talk.
I would personally say that exactly. Identifying, there's something called a vampire personality that it's kind of like cancer, where when someone is miserable, that's what they ooze out for whatever reason. Their personal life, they're not happy at the job, because not every job is for every person, and that's okay. But that's where I come in to say, hey, talk about it. Let's all come together to be like, okay, maybe it is something that we can change or we can update, right? But again, like one of our friends on the Zoom said, there are people that everybody thinks it should be their way, right? And then there's obviously needs of the company, the people in it, and it just kind of goes down and it trickles down to everything. So identifying the vampire personality is super important, and some people just can't help it. They're like that, you know. They're not bad people. That's just how they are because of how emotional a person is, right? And they say when emotions are high, intelligence is low, because you have to be able to control your emotions, because emotions are, you know, feelings that we all have as humans, but how do you control them to get through your day? Because even if your day starts off really, really bad, you can shift. You can totally shift. Tim and I do this thing where we just like shift if you get like bad news, because you don't want it to affect your whole day when it could have been a great day, because we're now like, oh my God, poor me, or this or that, or oh my God, what are we going to do? Worrying, like Albert says, worrying about the things that we can't control, right? So identifying those people and getting rid of them like super fast and nicely, just because it's just not a good fit, nothing personal, I would say. And then just stopping trying to help people that aren't ready for help, because I think in the beginning, we literally would like give deals to people and they would just fall apart. Then I would have to jump in and get it handled, get it taken care of. And what's the point of having those people, right? So there are people that it's just that the industry's not right for them. You know, not everybody's meant to be a doctor. Not everybody's meant to be a loan originator. So we have to understand that identifying these people, we're a lot better at it now than we used to be. And that's what happens when you grow a business, because you don't know everything at the beginning. And as you go in stages, things get better and better and better. And we have to change a lot of things. We have to adapt to not only a changing market, but amount of salespeople we have in a company, because everyone's different. Everybody has their thoughts and they're all valid. However, there's certain needs a company has to stay afloat. So that's just what that looks like. Those are my two. Getting rid of people, identifying vampire personalities and getting rid of them.
Does that help, Sabino, or do you have any follow-up questions?
No, that was great. We definitely appreciate that. And we love the driven, you know, I want to go to an event here soon. So definitely want to learn from you guys. I keep learning from you guys. You guys are a great example.
Are you part of Driven Academy?
Not yet.
Where do you live?
Houston. I'm in Texas.
Well, you should sign up for Driven Academy, drivenacademy.com. It's only $67, and we're having a private mastermind here in my office, and you're not that far. It's going to be like in 2 weeks. So that way you can fly down, meet us, spend some time with us, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And tell me more about your business, though. What exactly do you do with your wife?
Yeah, so we're brokers in financial services. So we have an agency. We have maybe about 40, 50 agents working with us. We have an office, and we're all about a lot of the things that you guys are talking about. are the things that we're talking about every day with our team, our producers. And I think what you said earlier was very powerful as far as your environment. You know, we're always trying to get our environment going. We're trying to protect our environment, but also have an environment where people can actually go after their goals. So everything you're talking about is what we talk about all the time, right, with our guys. And we just want to get our business from a 6-figure business to a 7-figure business in the next few years. So all this stuff is helping us a lot as well.
So is your financial service business the same as like PHP, same as Ed Milet's WFG? Similar?
Yeah, correct. It's with Primerica.
Oh, okay. I know Primerica. I actually know the one of the top guys in Primerica. He used to be my neighbor when I used to live in 10,000, the building here in LA. But you should start. I'll give you one tip. I'm sure you probably already have it, but set your core values in stone. Like set them in, like be very clear about them. And your core values are gonna dictate who you let in your life and in your business. So meaning, if your core values, like for us, our core values, I'll give you 5 of them, are ethics. If somebody's not ethical, I don't want them in my life or in my business. Having a great attitude. If they don't have a great attitude, I don't want them in my life or in my business. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to look at you. I don't want you around me. I don't want you in my business. It doesn't matter if anything happened to you. Like if you don't have a great attitude, nobody gives a shit about how you feel. Like you have a customer in front of you. So man up and give a great attitude to your customer. Nobody cares about your personal life right now. You can get back to your personal life after. So a great attitude is one of them. So that's 2. Integrity. Number 3, like what do you do when nobody's watching? Are you a fake on social media and then do the opposite when nobody's watching you? Do you tell people that you are a certain way and then you're not when nobody's watching you? So integrity is what you do when nobody's watching you. Loyalty. Okay, number 4. Very important for you to be loyal. You're loyal to us. We're loyal to you. I don't want any people that are not loyal in my life or in my business. Number 5, work ethic. You got to work hard. If you don't work hard, I don't want you as a friend. I don't want you in my business. And those are 5. So you write down your core values that you believe in, your wife believes in, and you set those in stone. Could be 7 of them, could be 10, 12, could be 3, could be 4. But you write down those core values and you're very clear on them, and that helps you allow people, who are you going to allow in your personal life or in your business, makes it very easy to be like that. Oh, somebody lied? Okay, well, you're a liar, huh? Oh, okay. Well, if you lie once, you're going to lie again. Oh, you cheat? Okay, a cheater one time is a cheater for life. You're a quitter. Little quitter. You're a quitter. So whenever it gets hard, you're going to quit on me again. Oh, okay.
I got to disagree with that, Albert. I got it, brother. Just because, man, I've cheated on every single woman I've ever been with in my life. And it wasn't until I learned how I had to change my life from the military style of,
we'll get back to go back to the. Give me 1 second, brother. So Sabino, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Yeah, so that's how I operate. There's a lot of people that are gonna disagree and agree, and there's people that operate differently. I'm just telling you how I operate. So everyone else has their own opinion, and you gotta watch the source of your advice. So like if you listen to somebody and they live the life you want to live, if they are somebody that you see them and you're like, Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone, you know what? I might not agree with 100% of the things they do, but I like the life they have. I want to be like them when I'm 60 or whatever that is. I want to be like Sophia and Bobby. I want that life. Maybe not everything, but look, you know what? They have the life that one day I want to have. So you got to watch the source of your advice, and then everybody's going to have different opinions. So Sabino, make sure you get those core values, and does that answer your question?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome, brother. All right, guys.
Albert.
So look, before we wrap up, Syl, you want to add anything to it?
No, I mean, I agree with that. Obviously, as you learn and as you grow, as a person, as a business or whatever, you know, you're going to get better and better and better if you're a good person. But if you operate from a place of ethics, I don't think we were really talking about cheating on girlfriends or whatever, but it just becomes a habit and it's easy to do it, you know. And one thing is saying, okay, I'm going to be fully committed to this person. But then there's always that little like, you know, when things get hard, I might just go cheat really quick, right? And that's why trust is so important. That's another one that, you know, you got to trust each other. So people change, people get better. Not saying that if you once a cheater, you're going to be a cheater forever. We're talking about business here. Business meaning, you know, your clients. Like you can't cheat your clients. You can't.
Here, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Look, if somebody commits fraud, that's cheating. If somebody does fraud one time,
they're going to do it again.
More than likely, they're going to do fraud again. And then they're going to do fraud again. So, hey, am I saying that there's nobody in the world that commits fraud and then changes and then he stops committing fraud? Yeah, there's people that exist that are going to do it once and then they're not going to do it again. I'm not saying everyone 100%. I'm saying that's, I believe, most people that do those things, they'll do it again. Now, I'm not saying every single person. Of course, there's that 1 in a million. So one thing that I want to touch base before we end this is on staying focused. Like a lot of the times I'll text you, I'll text Steph, I'll text our team. Focus. Like stop focusing on the things that are not going to pay you. Focus on the important things.
Yeah.
So
priorities.
Like me, I'm very focused on the things that are going to get me to my destination. Like I don't get distracted. I'm focused. Like sometimes a lot of things happen. Like, for example, I'm speaking on stage and there's a lot of distractions. Somebody falls, something happens, there's a noise, there's something going around, flying around your head. Like you got to stay focused. A light turns off, you got to stay focused. You're here, you're talking to somebody. Somebody trips, focused. So people have a hard time now staying focused.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you guys an example. TikTok. No, a lot of people are
their attention span
are on TikTok, and TikTok did so well and it exposed something. Most people have a really short attention span. So TikTok created those short videos, and then Instagram was like, oh, wait, this is working. So then they created the Reels. Reels are for people that have short attention span. If you want to become very successful, and how I became very successful was not by watching short clips. Short clips are not going to teach you much. I was the guy that used to hear 1 hour segment videos, like 1 hour videos. I used to listen to a lot of Patrick Bet-David on Valuetainment when he got started, one hour videos, 40-minute videos. I started studying long videos and taking notes and watching it again and again and again, because every time I would watch it, I would learn something new. Short clips. Most people are short clip people. Like they're not the brightest. They don't have attention span. If you want to do something big with your life, you need a big attention span. You need to pay attention to a lot of details and the right details. Just because you're detailed doesn't mean you're going to be a badass. There's a lot of detailed people that are broke. A lot of detailed people that are focused on the wrong details. I have very few details that I like to focus on, and those little details made me $30 million last year. So those are the details I like to focus on. Like I said, hey, I can't teach you how to become a billionaire right now because I'm not a billionaire yet. Very soon I will. But this little Mexican that came from nothing, that didn't speak English till he was 6, he barely started learning, made 30 million last year. So if I can teach you how to make 30 million, I can't teach you how to be a billionaire yet. But if we have some value, listen to us, take notes, and then go execute. Because remember, we can't go out and execute for you. Only you can execute. So it doesn't matter how much you learn from me, how much you learn from Syl, how much you learn from any great. If you don't go out there and execute, you're not going to win no matter what. No matter what. So all the time you spend every day, an hour, 2 hours, about thinking about other people, trying to impress your girlfriend, because your girlfriend puts so much, she bumps up your ego so much. And now all of a sudden your ego is big, and you have, and your girlfriend expects you feel like you got to please and you got to impress her all the time, or your boyfriend, whoever that is. You live a life trying to please everybody else instead of pleasing yourself. If you really want to win big, if you really want to be Mr. CEO, big shot, then focus, and really do it if that really is who you want to be. Not because of the pressure or because you want to impress other people. Focus on you. And if you focus on you, you're going to do great things in life.
Agreed, guys. And so many people I feel are just winging it, which that's okay to a certain extent. But what does your day look like, right? Even whether it's business, personal life, obviously moms have a lot more on their plate than, some dads as well. They have to be the mom of the family while the wife is out working. Whatever the dynamic is, it doesn't matter. But as a person, having your non-negotiables, your daily to-dos, you need to have a routine. You need to have a schedule, because if you don't have that, you're just winging it all day, all life, right? And everybody has different responsibilities. We all have the same 24 hours, but some of us have kids, some of us are married, we're in different types of businesses. So how do you make sure that you are living your best life to the highest capacity that you can possibly live it at the level that you are currently in? Because different levels require a different you. I say this all the time. So whatever we focus on, that's what's going to grow. That's where our energy grows. That's why the people that are all concerned with like the news and this and that piece of information and that TV show and this, all the gossip that does nothing for your life. It does nothing for your finances. It does nothing for your future. So how do you get really focused? You literally get rid of everything that isn't positive, that isn't helping you grow as a person, helping you put more money in your bank account, because your bank account is a reflection of your life and your standards. And I think so many people fail to understand this, right? Because it doesn't matter if you have to have 3 jobs, one at McDonald's, one here, right? As you go in levels, then you can leave one job, but you're not going to die of working hard. So how do you make ends meet? How do you team up with your partner? How do you say this is your roles and these are my responsibilities, right? Because he'll call me out and I call him out. I'm like, nope, this isn't going to happen. Let's talk about it. We're going to sit down. And he has things that he has to do, his non-negotiables, and then I have my non-negotiables. And obviously we're in business together. We do everything together, live together. We have kids together. So getting very clear on schedules, responsibilities, and teaming up to alleviate that time is super important. And if you're single, that's okay. You find the right person. That's like the best financial decision anybody can ever make, is the spouse that you're deciding to have in your life forever, or at least we want to believe it's forever. Whatever, however long that marriage looks like. But it's so easy now to quit on each other. It's the world that we live in. Yes, the attention span is lower, but saying, okay, I'm going to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is what the week looks like. I'm going to calendar everything out, right? Because if you have a 9 to 5, from 9 to 5, you're at work. So what are you going to do before 9 and what are you going to do after 5? So, and people just live their lives reacting and just kind of existing. And I think that that's so sad, because there's so much time. It's just, where are you putting it? Are you wasting your time, or are you actually utilizing your time to do something, to create something? Whatever, if you have a side business, are you working on that on the weekends, or are you just watching Netflix all day? I know so many people, like, there's TV shows that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how can anybody sit here and just watch this? It makes no sense to me, because it's just gossip and this and that, and it's horrible. And that's what we're teaching not only ourselves, but our children and whoever's in our household. So just get focused on your life, what you want out of it, what's going to get you there, the people that can help you get there, and everybody else, it's just, you're going to have less time for them. So learning how to say no is important, and having a schedule of everything that you absolutely have to do that day, that week, is key, guys. Like, it's just super important.
And guys, look, I saw a question that popped up right there, so I'm gonna answer it really quick
And close out.
Yeah. So I saw your question. You're watching this. You're on right now. So, look, what I recommend you. It was actually really hot. I had to turn it on. It was off.
You should sit
So,
on this side.
Look,
Eat ice.
your wife. So your wife. Sometimes it could be your wife or it could be your husband. Usually it's the wife. But the way to get your wife enrolled in your vision, in your dreams, is to take your wife to the events you go to. So like if you're going to come to the Driven workshop that we're going to have in a couple of weeks, all you got to do is sign up for Driven Academy. Driven Academy is very easy to sign up. You go to drivenacademy.com. It's $67, and then you sign up, and then we are going to have workshops. We're going to have workshops every month where we're going to get together here at our headquarters, and we're going to brainstorm, mastermind, and process your business issues. And it could be your sales issues, your personal issues, but it's mostly business stuff. We're going to help you win in your business, and we're going to be in there, intimate, private group, and you got to bring your wife there. Take your wife to the events you go to. Take your wife to all the networking events you go to so that your wife can see what you're all about. One thing that I tell all my salespeople, my employees, I tell them, hey, you know what? When we're having our company gatherings, company events, bring your spouse, bring your girlfriend, bring your boyfriend, so that way they can see what you're doing. Because sometimes you get home and you're like, hey, babe, I learned so much. I'm so excited. This is going to be life-changing. I love the company where I'm at. And you come here excited, and then your girl, your guy, whatever, they don't know what you're really doing. But when you bring him to the places, to your place of work, to the events you go to, they'll see it, they'll feel it, and they'll be like, oh, this makes so much sense. You know what? I want to be part of this too. And then now they understand. Or they'll say, you know what? I really love the place you work at. Like, keep going there. It's making you better. Now I get it. I'm just going to stay home, and I'm not going to bitch or complain about anything. You go do your thing. I'm happy you work there. I'm not going to bug you anymore. Just go out there and keep doing that. You're bringing more money to the table. Now, she might change, and she might be like, or he might change, and he might be like, I want to be part of that too. How do I join that company? So take your significant other to the places you're going to so that they can see your vision, they can see your dreams, and understand you better. So having said that, if you don't have anything else to say, Syl, we're going to see you guys in a couple of weeks. Next week, we have a new subject, and it's going to be in Spanish, and then we do the English. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween.